Hello, how's it going? I hope you're well. I made a community post about it, but I just wanted to put it on video and say thank you so much for the amazing support on the last video. None of this is possible without you guys tuning in, watching, liking, and subscribing. So yeah, it really does mean the world to me. Thank you so very much. But now onto the video. We're getting paid. Oh, Michael YouTube video number 2, scene 1, shot A, take 69, marker. Today we're going to be taking a look at all things from anime, cartoons, comic books, and all other forms of media to find out which of your favorite characters would be considered magical girls. Now, before we start, we do have to go over some ground rules to see what it means to be considered a magical girl. Mahou shoujo is a subgenre of anime popularized in the 1960s, which typically stars a female protagonist with the ability to transform, gaining supernatural or magical powers in the process. Using these powers to fight off the forces of evil or fulfilling some sort of destiny, they are typically balancing the high-stakes escapades with their everyday, normal, boring lives. So for today, here are the most important things that make someone considered a magical girl. They must transform or have a transformation sequence, have powers or abilities that they gain or use through their alter ego. They use these powers to either fight the forces of evil, or fulfill a destiny, or go on some sort of mission, and they can be targeted towards any demographic. Now, with all that being said, let's see who's not going to be making the cut. Anyone that simply has powers or abilities, like Raven from Teen Titans, any of the benders from Avatar, like Korra or Aang, or Superman, are going to be a no-go. Well, actually, that last one might have to be reconsidered. Anyway, also anybody who simply has transformation powers, like Beast Boy or Generator Rex or Kevin Levin, are going to be out as well. This iceberg was created by myself with the help of a couple other people, just to make sure we had cast as wide of a net as possible. Some of these characters are definitely going to need some more explaining than others. And before you ask, yes, I did pay to have this printed out, and yes, the person at FedEx looked at me weird when I went to pick it up. Anyways, magical girls and magical girl media has such a rich history, especially when it comes to things like sexuality, gender identity, feminism, and really pushing the envelope forward on many social issues. For more information on the history of proper magical girl media, please give the videos down below a watch, not only to support the creators, as they were an immense help in making this video, but to potentially learn about and support the art that made this video possible as well. Sorry for the pronunciations in this video. I will try my best to get them right. I cannot guarantee that I will, but to the best of my abilities, I will be trying to get their names right. So with all that being said, let's dive in and talk about Sailor Moon, created by Naoko Takeuchi, is undoubtedly the most popular magical girl media to ever exist, following a group of middle schoolers with the ability to transform into superheroes, taking on various monsters, and fighting the forces of evil in a villain of the week structure. Spanning decades of manga, animes, movies, shows, cartoons, homages, adaptations, pretty much any form of media has been explored by the Sailor Scouts, selling millions of copies of the manga a year and generating billions of dollars in merchandise sales. Their cultural impact cannot be understated. Himitsu no Aku-chan, created by Fujio Akatsuka, was the first magical girl of manga, created in 1962, following the titular Ako-chan, as she is gifted a magical mirror, and by saying her catchphrase, "Mirror, mirror," can transform into anything she can think of. It was revolutionary for its introduction of the magical item as well as the signature catchphrase, all things that would be staples of the genre for years to come. Sally the Witch, created by Mitsutaro Yokoyama, was the first magical girl of anime. Released in 1969, follows Sally leaving the realm of the witches to join the humans on Earth, attempting to fit in and enjoy life amongst the crowd, all while trying to keep her powers a secret. The dual identities, as well as the popular side character archetypes that still persist to this day, cement its legacy as another cornerstone of the genre. Bewitched was the show that directly inspired Sally the Witch, as both shows' main characters deal with concealing their magical heritage from the people around them, as well as the fish out of water tropes that come from witches trying to acclimate to normal human life. Madoka Magica is a modern entry into the magical girl genre, following Madoka as she has an encounter with one of the wish givers of her world, Kyubey, offering her anything she could want in exchange for becoming a magical girl, as well as fighting the evil witches that are plaguing the world. Power Rangers, which deserves an entire video itself, typically centers around a team of teens that can turn into a multicolored militia. With the help of their morphers, they can access the powers of the morphin grid, giving them abilities such as summoning weapons, having an innate mastery of martial arts, and being able to pilot giant robots, all in effort to thwart various hordes of monsters sent by the overarching villain of the season. The similarities and parallels to Sailor Moon are pretty obvious, as the creator and author of the manga has shown her praise for and taken inspiration from the show that Power Rangers is based off of, Super Sentai. Prince Adam and Princess Adora are royalty of the planet Eternia, a world in the midst of a war against the evil Skeletor. Whenever Adam wields the Sword of Power and Adora the Sword of Protection, and they say their signature catchphrases, they can turn into He-Man and She-Ra respectively, gaining abilities such as enhanced strength, speed, and durability, as well as being able to shoot energy beams from their swords. I would say they're pretty prototypical magical girls, especially She-Ra with her 2018 show, tackling lots of queer and diverse characters and themes. Shizao, created by Obi Scott Wade, stars Guy Hammond, who comes across his aunt's secret magical ring, which gives him the ability to transform into her superhero alter ego, Shizao. With the help of his friend Maz, he takes up the family business of being a superhero, all while trying to lead a normal middle school life and hide his newfound powers from the rest of his family. Star vs. the Forces of Evil, created by Darren Nefsey, was a show that aired on Disney XD from 2015 to 2019, as Star Butterfly gets sent to Earth by her parents to hone and train her powers. With the help of her roommate/friend Marco, as well as her magical sidekick Ponyhead, she must fight off extra-dimensional threats who are after not only her, but the power that her wand holds. Steven Universe, a show that aired on Cartoon Network from 2013 to 2019, stars Steven and the Crystal Gems, a magical race of aliens that use their gems, as well as Steven's half-gem powers, to defend the Earth. Throughout the show, Steven grows his powers alongside the other gems, balancing a normal life, all while trying to uncover the secrets that his gem holds. With transformations, supernatural powers, and a colorful cast of characters, its roots in the magical girl genre run deep. Sophia the First was a show that aired on Disney Junior, following Sophia as she becomes a princess, all while learning what it means to be so. She is gifted a magical amulet, which gives her the power to transform, and possesses magical abilities such as letting her talk to animals. While less of a Sailor Moon and more akin to Akachan, the magical items and the typical antics that she gets up to episode to episode do generally fit in the genre. May from Disney's Turning Red comes into possession of her family's long passed down ability to turn into a giant red panda at the sign of any strong emotions. Sandwiched in between her two best friends, the hyperactive Abby and the reserved Priya, she attempts to navigate her life as a middle schooler, all while hiding her newfound powers from her parents, in attempts to gain enough money to go see her favorite band in concert. Hello, editing Mike here. I made a mistake. Shocker, I know. May doesn't have two best friends, she has three. I totally had forgotten about Miriam until I put that shot in the edit with her standing right next to her. So my apologies. We will not forget about you, Miriam. Please watch Turning Red. Very good movie. Now back to the video. Benjamin Tennyson.
Pay attention, I said your favorite word.
This is the follow-up you've all been wanting for. I swear, I swear, I swear. Benjamin Tennyson is your normal 10-year-old kid who comes into possession of the Omnitrix, a device which allows him to transform into a multitude of different forms. He takes on the likes of Vilgax, as well as an even more alien cast of criminals. With the help of his grandpa Max and Gwen, he balances being Earth's primary protector with trying to enjoy his summer vacation, all while hiding his secret identity from the world. Really, any other shows in this genre could have been up here, like your Danny Phantoms, your Randy Cunninghams, your Jake Longs, your El Tigres, but you know I had to give it to the original. Fiona from the Shrek movies is a princess that's cursed with the ability to transform into an ogre. While transformed, she has all the typical abilities that come with being the not-so-jolly green giant, such as enhanced strength and durability. She does use the effects of her curse to prevent marrying the evil Lord Farquaad, and with the help of the titular ogre himself, Shrek, as well as their magical sidekick Donkey, end up making his reign as king short-lived, and end up living happily ever after. Get it? Cause he's small? Now, not to be confused with Thor Odin's son, Jane Foster, the mighty Thor, is a normal woman who is diagnosed with a form of cancer. Damn. Jesus. Coming in hot with that one. In the comics, when Thor becomes unworthy of Mjolnir, the hammer goes and finds Jane, and she becomes the new bearer of the title of Thor, giving her all the powers of the God of Thunder. While I would say Jane Foster Thor is definitely a magical girl, when it comes to Mr. Odin's son, maybe in earlier interpretations or like in the original run, I would say he was a prime candidate for magical girl status. In the newer issues and with a lot of retcons, making his alter ego like a separate dude, or maybe created by Odin or whatever. I don't know, comics are weird. I would have to unfortunately revoke his magical girl status. Popeye is an ordinary sailor whose everyday escapades flip from seeking out new adventures to constantly thwarting attempts to steal his girlfriend Olive Oil from the bumbling brute Bluto. He uses the magical power of massively boosting his vitamin A levels in the form of spinach to transform into seemingly some sort of deity, massively increasing his strength, speed, durability, and all other factors to near godlike levels. Bruce Banner was a normal scientist when, on the day of testing his newest project, the Gamma Bomb, he is exposed to massive amounts of gamma radiation, allowing him to transform into the Hulk. While in his alter ego, he has massively boosted strength, speed, and durability, as well as abilities like his Thunderclap or his massive healing factor, to name a few. While sometimes morally or literally gray, the Hulk more often than not is written as a hero, teaming up with other superheroes like the Avengers to take on threats such as Ultron or whatever genre of aliens is threatening the Earth at the time. Trying to lead a normal life as Bruce Banner, going so far as to attempting to get rid of the Hulk persona from time to time, the dichotomy between the two is a balancing act that is the epitome of the character. Neo is a rebel from Zion, the last settlement of human life on Earth. With the help of the Neb's crew in Morpheus, Trinity, Tank, RIP, and the others, he can enter the virtual prison, which is the Matrix, fighting the Sentinels to destroy it from the inside and free the rest of the humans. While in the Matrix, he possesses abilities such as flight, superhuman speed, and telekinesis, along with a myriad of others, as being the one has put him in possession of the Prime program, which is essentially the source code of the Matrix. Wonder Woman, airing from 1975 to 1979, stars Linda Carter playing the star and stripe clad heroine, going to the world of man to become its greatest superhero, all while hiding her identity as the ordinary Diana Prince. She uses magical items such as her golden belt, her magical bracers, and the golden lasso of truth, all which come when she transforms into Wonder Woman with her signature spin, which has become ubiquitous for subsequent versions of the character. While yes, she seemingly doesn't need to transform to use her powers, in most cases, she is only using her powers as Wonder Woman, and the magical items that she uses do enhance those significantly. H2O, which ran from 2006 to 2010, is centered around three friends, Emma, Ricky, and Cleo. They stumble across a secret pool hidden within Mako Island, and with the power of the full moon, can now transform into mermaids whenever they come into contact with water. The series follows the girls trying to navigate their newfound powers with the help of their friend Lewis, trying to hide their fishy features from the rest of the town while saving wildlife, and all while the girls are trying to finish out high school. In the 2006 animated series, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue, specifically in episode 4, Party Arty, the duo are attacked by an evil robot sent by their arch nemesis, Phineas Phoebes. Shaggy and Scooby, seemingly out of options, head down to the secret lab under their multi-million-dollar mansion. I swear to God, this is what actually happens. Shaggy then proceeds to feed Scooby his signature Super Scooby snack, which allows him to transform into a giant golden Gundam. With super strength, durability, and being able to use his mechanical tail as a claw, the robot is defeated and the duo go back to having their party. Now, if there's one I know you've been looking at this entire episode, here we go. Sherman Klump is a college chemistry professor down on his luck, constantly being berated and teased for his appearance. One night, he heads to the school's labs after close and seemingly concocts a magical formula which rewrites his DNA and transforms him into the self-proclaimed Buddy Love. While transformed, Sherman takes on a completely new look, now having an athletic build and more conventionally attractive features. Keeping the Buddy Love and Sherman Klump personas separate, he must balance the responsibilities of teaching with the newfound confidence he gains when he is transformed. In the hit game Donkey Kong 64, developed by Rareware, you play as the titular great ape himself, Donkey Kong.
He's the first member of the DK crew.
You You were tasked with stopping the evil King K. Rool and stopping his attempts to destroy Donkey Isle with his Death Star-esque Blast-O-Matic. Further into the game, you're able to go to your father, Cranky Kong, and learn the Strong Kong skill. Once learned and hopping into a donkey barrel, you now have the ability to transform into Strong Kong, now being completely invulnerable and being able to traverse over things like lava and quicksand. While this form is fueled by your supply of crystal coconuts, you are able to transform from Strong to Standard Kong seemingly at will. Benjamin Krupp is your everyday elementary school principal, having to constantly deal with the double trouble-making duo that is George and Harold, who use a hypnosis ring they get out of a cereal box to convince the principal that he is their self-created superhero, Captain Underpants. In the third book, Captain Underpants and the invasion of the incredibly naughty cafeteria ladies from outer space, and the subsequent assault on the equally evil lunchroom zombie nerds. What a mouthful, God. He ingests super power juice, which gives him the abilities of flight, super speed, strength, and the ability to seemingly pull an unlimited amount of underwear out of his waistband. He is only able to use these powers in his Captain Underpants form as, and I quote, Mr. Krupp cannot use his powers as he doesn't realize that he has them. Whenever someone snaps their fingers, Mr. Krupp instantly transforms into Captain Underpants, ready to save the day and fight the forces of evil. The Mask stars Jim Carrey playing Stanley Ipkiss, a normal guy who comes across a strange wooden mask in the midst of a string of bad luck. Once donning the mask, he transforms into the green-faced suit-wearing alter ego, giving him superpowers as well as now seemingly operating on Toon Force, which is a whole other video. Because Jesus Christ, the shit people can do with Toon Force. While at first using his newfound power selfishly, he turns over a new leaf once his girlfriend is put in jeopardy from the gangster Tyrell. In the end, Stanley as the Mask defeats Tyrell, winning over the hearts of not only the police, but the mayor, absolving him of any wrongdoing and marking him as a hero. Now, I know you might be saying, the Mask is definitely a supervillain, there's no shot he could be a magical girl. And you'd be right. In pretty much every other interpretation, the Mask have been shown to do some pretty heinous things. Like, I don't even know if I could show you half of this stuff. However, this version of the Mask specifically, while a bit reckless and a bit selfish with his powers at times, does eventually fight the forces of evil in the form of Los Angeles gangsters, so he technically fits. And you know what they say, technically correct is the best form of correct. And that is it for the magical girl Iceberg. I tried my best to cover as many characters as I thought fit the criteria as possible, but if I did miss somebody, or you did want to make a case for your favorite character, make sure you leave them in the comments below. Now, to be 100% honest with you, going into this, I was not 100% familiar with some of the characters on this list. So all of the resources that I used for research in this video will be linked down below as well. While this isn't the follow-up to the Ben 10 video, or really like a science video at all, I really did have a blast making this, putting this all together. I mean, listen, we're adding production value. We're going up in the world, okay? I'd like to keep talking about general nerdy stuff as well as some science stuff. Really just anything that I'm passionate about. This channel is going to be a bit all over the place in the beginning. So if you do kind of enjoy all that stuff, hopefully you stick around for the ride. I shouldn't point at you. That's kind of rude. Anyways, if you like these kind of videos though, why not leave it a like? If you like me rambling, why not subscribe? It's free, and you can always change your mind at any time. But thank you again. It's always good to see you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and have a good rest of your day. Peace! I've always wanted to try this. Ready! Thunder, thunder, power up! Yeah! Tyranno power! Hello, welcome back to the post-vid vid. Good to see you guys. Thank you for sticking around and watching. And thank you again so much for all of the support. It is absolutely insane. Literally a dream come true, honestly. The next video is going to be the Ben 10 Addendum, the actual sequel you were waiting for. So if there was anything specifically you wanted me to talk about, any questions, comments, concerns, you can leave them there, or you can put them down here in the comments as well. Once again, gotta give a couple special shout outs to some people for helping in this video. Shout out to my brother, now being promoted from PA to director of photography. So good job. Shout out to Boyan Mahoney. you know who you are, so a very special shout out to you. Shout out Milady Confetti and Dore Imani. Their videos were super helpful in actually putting a definition to what it means to be a magical girl, even though these characters, half of them are not even close beyond the stretch of imagination of this silly little video. It was kind of fun trying to see who you could fit into that bubble. Give them some support for sure. They make some great, obviously magical girl, but anime content in general. So if that is your vibe, definitely go check them out. They will be linked down below. And finally, of course, thank you guys. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. Literally just being here is enough. Like, it's genuinely, I know I keep saying it, insane. But yeah, again, thank you so much for being here. Don't have too much fun out there. You got to be back here eventually. So thank you so much for watching. And until I see you again, have a good day. Peace. It is 1 a.m., 12:50. You can't even see it. 12:51. Yippee!